Dennis Little, again, the organizer of this great event here. Let's talk a little bit about today's agenda, and maybe actually let's go back to Friday because you've had several special events that have occurred. Talk about that.
Yeah, we kicked it off. Really, we had some individual drives so that people could experience the beautiful landscape of Santa Fe. So they could sign up for those drives. I believe that was like a Wednesday, Thursday, and a Friday. And then on Friday night, we were out at the Santa Fe Air Center. Where we had vintage, I think we had about 6 vintage airplanes along with about 18 of the cars that are now out here on the Ninth Fairway. We had entertainment there, we had wonderful food, and it was such a great event we almost had to turn the lights out and tell people, get out of the hangar, it's time to go home.
Well, that's a good testimonial to how popular this event has been and will continue to be. But today, at 2 o'clock, you actually award several different prizes for the cars that are being displayed today. Talk about that.
Yeah, really right below us, we're starting to assemble the blue ribbon winners in each of the class. And as soon as I leave this interview, we're going to be going into the judges' room, and the judges will be picking the Best of Show awards. And there are two awards. One is for elegance, and the other one is for sport. And it's one of those, I wish I could let everybody into that room to hear the discussions, because sometimes there are heated discussions about what certain people think is a more appropriate car to win the award.
I'm sure it must be similar to being backstage at the United Nations with all the negotiations, right?
Probably even worse.
Even worse than that. Well, we wish you well in that. As the organizer and the progenitor of this event, I know that really sort of brings it all together, and how those judges make those final decisions can't be easy, because looking out here at what you are displaying, it's just extraordinary. Before I let you go off and do what you need to do, Dennis, talk for a moment about maybe one or two of the very special vehicles that are out here today.
Well, there's one that's literally right below us that's a Stutz, and I'm not even sure of the year. I think it's somewhere in the 20s, that is just breathtaking. The car has won many awards at other concorsos around the country, and we were lucky enough to lure the owner to bring some of his collection here. He has more cars that are sitting in the wings, and we're hoping if he's pleased with what he's seeing here today, he'll be eager to bring more of his collection back.
Well, if it helps you and you want me to have him on the radio show so we can talk about it, please bring him over, because anything we can do to make sure the Concorso comes back here. And I want to, with that statement, actually go back to the general manager of the club at Las Campanas. David, not to put you on the spot, but if you could have this event over and over again, would you do it?
Absolutely, as long as it doesn't rain.
Well, we can control some things. That's one thing that we can't for sure. David, before we close out this segment and let Dennis go off to work with his judges, I want to ask you again, for the benefit of the audience here, some of the special things about membership at the club at Las Campanas, for anyone that may be out there saying, what this is all about. Talk about that for a moment.
Yeah, we have a couple of different membership opportunities available, and there's trial opportunities available for each of our membership categories. We have a golf membership, which gets you full access to every amenity that we have here: golf, tennis, swim, fitness, spa, the equestrian center. And then we have what's known as a social membership, and that's every amenity except the golf course. So, and one thing that we haven't mentioned, we've got an incredibly good food and beverage program here.
Yep.
And so it is really a good place, and if people are interested in a great private club experience, they should really come out here and check us out.
Very good. That's David Lone, the general manager of the club at Las Campanas, along with Dennis Little, who is the co-organizer of the Santa Fe Concorso. Gentlemen, thank you for being on the show. We're going to take a break here. Gino Thompson, when we come back, we'll continue our conversation from the beautiful club at Las Campanas. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute.
Man, this guy is good.
Stevens, a consignment gallery, Santa Fe's premier consignment service. Decorators, dealers, motion picture industries, and your source for quality furniture, antiques, art, silver, jewelry, and estate items. From the funky to the formal, Stevens has what it is that you want. Because new inventory arrives daily, it's likely that Stevens will have that special piece or that functional furnishing that you want. Stevens also offers timely appraisal services, as well as estate and house sales. For over 26 years, Stevens has served the Santa Fe community with trust, integrity, integrity and honesty in all their dealings with their customers. So if you're looking to purchase or are looking to sell, Stevens, a consignment gallery, is your best bet for a successful and pleasant experience. Pickup and delivery are available. Stevens, a consignment gallery, 2701 Cerrillos Road, 471-0802. Open daily from 10 to 5. You may have heard about the possible closing of the Santa Fe Children's Museum due to financial issues. In fact, they've stated they're in danger of closing their doors very soon if they don't get the support that they need now. Talk 1260 is committed to showing support for the Santa Fe Children's Museum, an institution in this community since 1985. Some 80,000 people visit each year, including 10,000 school children and field trips. The museum also offers one of the largest teen employment, internship, and volunteer opportunities in the region. It's a part of nearly every child's life. Now it needs the community's help to raise $200,000 by the end of 2012. So we're asking the help of our listeners to keep this institution that serves all of the community open. So dig deep, Santa Fe. Send a check for whatever you can to the Santa Fe Children's Museum, 1050 Old Pecos Trail, Santa Fe, New Mexico, 87505. To get more info, call 989-8359. With your help, we are not going to allow this great facility to close.
I mean, the banners in every shot.
Talk 1260 KTRC. Find us online at santafe.com. Keyword, talk. Now, here's your host, Associate Broker with Sotheby's International Realty, Rey Post.
Welcome back to All Things Real Estate. Today we are doing a very special 2-hour live remote broadcast from the Club at Las Campanas at this stellar event, which is the Santa Fe Concorso. We invite everyone to come on out here. $45 can get you in, and you can be looking at 100 automobiles and motorcycles that are vintage. It's a spectacular setting. Food's out here, lots of people. We're having lots of fun, so I invite you to come on out. Before we go back into the program, I encourage you to check out the Sotheby's International Realty Distinctive Property of the Month by going to our website, allthingsrealestateradio.com. This section of the radio show website is brought to you each month by Old Santa Fe Builders Incorporated, and you can learn more about their fine services at oldsantafebuilders.com. Again, that's oldsantafebuilders.com. And we have a who's who of companies who are proud to be associated with the Santa Fe Concorso, and I'd like to recognize a few of them who are represented today by the following people. Jake Roeder, the president of Reynolds Insurance, Bruce Adams, the publisher of the Santa Fean magazine, and Bill Inlow, the president of Los Alamos National Bank, a supporter of this event from the very beginning. I'd like to now welcome two people whose collective real estate knowledge is probably worthy of a national road show to benefit consumers. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Greg Antonson, the Senior Vice President and Qualifying Broker of the Santa Fe operation of Sotheby's International Realty, as well as Kay Coughlin, the founder of Great Estates Incorporated. Welcome to the show to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Greg, I guess, is one of the best people available to speak to the qualities of Las Campanas. I'd like to start out by asking you why, as a resident of Las Campanas, besides being the Sotheby's International Realty qualifying broker, why this is such a special community?
Well, it's everything. It's all about lifestyle, and that's really what draws people here. It's everything from the equestrian to the golf, the clubhouse itself, the spa facilities, tennis. We really cover every aspect of terrific lifestyles at Las Campanas.
And I guess I want to ask your friend, your cohort here, someone who you have known for many, many years, have collaborated with, besides founding your own real estate company. I know that you are quite proud, Kay Coughlin, of the work that you do with the Las Campanas Community Fund, which is one of the beneficiaries of the Santa Fe Concorso. Why don't you illuminate the listeners about why this is a very important cause?
Well, first of all, the Las Campanas Community Fund is one of the designated recipients of some of the proceeds from the Concorso. We're a 501c3 nonprofit operation under the guidance of the Santa Fe Community Foundation. But one thing I found, and just to piggyback a little on what Greg said about Las Campanas, the residents in Las Campanas are very generous in their giving. And I think one of the things that really stands out about Las Campanas is that they have a strong sense of community. And they have, not only do they have a strong sense of community out Santa Fe, but they have a strong sense of community about Las Campanas, and giving is very central to their needs and desires to give to the residents of Santa Fe County to improve the health and the well-being of people in Santa Fe County.
I want to remind everyone that besides listening to the radio show, you can go to santafe.com and actually stream the program on the internet. So if you have a web-enabled device or on your computer, you can actually watch the images of these 100 rare and classic cars that are available here today at the Concorso. You can also stop by the table that we have set up right next to our broadcast booth. It's being manned by some of the finest brokers in Sotheby's International Realty, and they're actually talking about a variety of listings that are being held today here in Las Campanas. Greg, with that, our presence as a company, and we'll get a little personal here for a moment.
Of course.
Sotheby's International Realty, I mean, for lack of better description, I say this affectionately, as a broker, we're the 800-pound gorilla, aren't we?
No, we really are. We have over 52% of the sales in Las Campanas. We have about 73% of the listing inventory. So our brokers are very busy out here and very proud to be associated with Las Campanas.
And Kay, I know that you not only are a member of the club at Las Campanas, but you also are a property owner here, and congratulations. One of your houses that you have here is under contract.
It is.
And you're also doing an open house at your other property today. You are a real estate broker through and through. So we wish you well on that. I think one of our colleagues, Britt Gladue, is actually sitting at your open house.
She is.
We wish her well. She said she was going to be listening, so good luck, Britt. Bring that contract to Kay today, all right? Kay, I guess maybe with someone with your background in real estate, living in this community, you can't imagine being anywhere else but Las Campanas, can you?
Well, that's an interesting topic that comes up quite often over dinner and cocktails with my friends here. We say we could live any place in the world. I could have built my company any place in the world. I chose Santa Fe, and I chose Las Campanas, and we keep saying, where would we go if we weren't here? And we haven't come up with an answer yet.
Yeah. So the answer is
yes.
yes.
The answer is yes, we're here for the long term.
Yeah. And Greg, again, besides having major presence here in Las Campanas as a company, we're proud, too, of being able to participate in events like this that are unique to Las Campanas. There are other things that we do in this community, and as we talked about in the first segment, and certainly with Kay's work with the Las Campanas Community Fund, Sotheby's International Realty prides itself in being a giver-backer, a contributor
indeed.
To the community.
Indeed, we're very big supporters of the Symphony, the Christus St. Vincent Hospital, Kitchen Angels. Our brokers are involved in a lot of charitable efforts, giving back to the community.
Mm-hmm. Before I let you go, Kay, because unfortunately radio goes so quickly, any last thoughts you want to leave with the listeners about the Las Campanas Community Fund and how people maybe can participate in it?
Well, we hold a number of events throughout the year, including our art auction in the summer, where the members of Las Campanas donate the art they've made, and I must say that some of them probably could go into museums. So we make money that way. We have a golf tournament that we collaborate with First Tee that makes money that goes directly into the charities. We have parties. We hosted a sneak preview party for some of the cars at my house. We had 100 people there paying a lot of money to come in to see them. So we are always looking for ways to earn money that we can give back to the community.
That's fabulous. I've been talking with Kay Coughlin, who is the founder of Great Estates Incorporated, someone who has been in real estate for many, many years, a proud homeowner here in Las Campanas, as well as Greg Antonsen, the Senior Vice President and Qualifying Broker of Sotheby's International Realty, also a resident of Las Campanas. Why don't you guys go off and enjoy the rest of the day? It's beautiful. There are a lot of cars to see here. Gino Thompson, let's take a break here on All Things Real Estate. When we come back, we'll continue with our conversation here from the Santa Fe Concorso here at the club at Las Campanas. Come on out and join us. It only costs you $45 to get through the gates. We'll be open here until 4 o'clock, so join us if you can. Stay tuned. Thank you. Is that all right? It goes so quickly. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, it's Rey Post of Sotheby's International Realty, and host of the All Things Real Estate radio show. Now is a great time to be a buyer. Low interest rates, moderate prices, and good property options. If you need some help finding that perfect home, you call me, Rey Post, at 505-989-8900. That's 505-989-8900. Or go to my website for useful information at allthingsrealestateradio.com. That's allthingsrealestateradio.com.
We are talking
It's all
about
about
our
this go
world
button.
today.
So here's our 3
Oh,
camera
and
shots
someone's
I'm
on the
matching layer
line.
4. So I can
Hi,
have this guy
I'm
pointing
Jacqueline.
out that way.
Welcome,
Right.
Jacqueline. How
Cube
old are you?
right up
You
here,
sound
which
so
I
young.
can't seem to get to lighten
Oh,
up at all.
wow.
And then
I
this
assume you're
camera
a
actually
student,
seems to
right?
be the best
Yes,
shot right now.
I'm Jessica
So I've been
Norman,
mostly using that
and
one,
I have a
especially
question.
because this cube has this
And
weird
what's your question?
square. That's why we put this
All
thing
of
up
the Earth's
to
7
make it the right
continents
size.
that
So,
currently carry 198 countries. Those continents make up 29% of the Earth.
yeah, and this middle one is
Meaning
this
the
guy's
vast
size right
majority
there.
of our
That's why I was
planet,
just telling that lady.
71%,
Right on.
comprised of water.
So when it comes back from break, just
Automatically adapts to
switch to whatever
environmental
shot.
conditions.
I like to do
Why
like one
is
of
it
these
good
coming
in
back,
peak swimming
hit
lessons?
go, let that go for like maybe 4 seconds.
you
and then
ready
switch
for
over
kids
to
who
this
eat healthy?
talking. And then
Good
gotta hit go
nutrition
again.
can lead to great
To
things.
cut to each. So this is
To
your
find out how a
preview. This
healthy
is what's going to
lifestyle
actually
can
show
help
you.
your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
Hi, it's Rey Post of Sotheby's International Realty and host of the All Things Real Estate Radio Show. If you're looking for a totally unique way to showcase your business or nonprofit organization, why not host a remote broadcast of All Things Real Estate? To learn more about this proven technique for gaining consumer attention, please call me, Rey Post, at 505-989-8900. That's 505-989-8900. Or go to my website, allthingsrealestateradio.com.
Talk 1260 KTRC.
That's not messing with you.
Now, here's your host, associate broker with Sotheby's International Realty, Rey Post.
Welcome back to All Things Real Estate. Today we are doing a special 2-hour live remote broadcast from the Santa Fe Concorso located at the club at Las Campanas. We invite all of you to come on out here and join us. It's a beautiful day. 100 rare and exotic cars and motorcycles are lining the 9th fairway of the Sunrise Golf Course right off of the clubhouse. It is just spectacular. And it's the place to be on a Sunday afternoon. There's food out here, lots of fun people. I think probably close to about 3,000 people are anticipated today. Also, too, when you come on out here today, you can come and stop by the table that we have set up where my broker colleagues at Sotheby's International Realty are actually talking about some of the open houses that they're holding today here in Las Campanas. I want to remind you that Santa Fe's own Westgate Properties, specializing in highly responsive multi-tenant commercial and homeowner association management, promotes community and improves value in the quality of life and work, as well as their clients' investment. For more information about their fine commercial and homeowner association management services, please call Tom Simon of Westgate Properties at 995-3134. That's 995-3134. And here are some of the other companies who are proud to be associated with the Santa Fe Concorso, and they are represented today by the following people: Mike Johnson, the president, and Manuel Monastero, the branch manager and VP of investments for UBS Wellkeeper, as well as Mikhail Haggerty, owner of Haggerty Insurance, who I understand just became a dad for the first time. So I'm not sure that he's here right now, but we appreciate all of your support. I now would like to welcome one of the biggest sponsors of the Santa Fe Concorso, Mr. Jeff Day, the Director of Communications for Mercedes-Benz NA. Great to have you on the show, Jeff.
How are you, Ray?
Well, we're doing okay. We always have lots of challenges, but you're an old pro because...
Well, that's what it says.
Well, I know
on my
from,
business card. So.
I know, it's the old pro. I know from your background, you actually have done press work. You worked in London. You actually worked for the Royals.
I did, yes.
And
many years ago.
And with the current public relations challenges they've had, do you wish you were there?
Well, there's never a dull day when you're doing press relations for the royal family. It's kind of a damage limitation every day. And suddenly in the current month of little naked scandals that they've had with 2 of the younger members of the royal family, I think that's a challenge for them, but they'll recover, I'm sure.
Well, it's a different generation. I think a lot of people are forgiving of these things.
I think Harry's stock went up immeasurably when those pictures went on TMZ. So I don't think he's that unhappy about it.
I'm sure his date card is pretty full right now.
It was before, so yes. I'm sure it's not any emptier now.
Well, first off, Jeff, since you've been part of all 3 Santa Fe Concorsos, I guess it's safe to say that it gets better with each passing year.
I think it's safe to say where we were 2 years ago in that first year to where we are now, I would never have suspected just the growth and the quality of cars that are coming. I mean, you look out, unfortunately, I'll have to paint a picture because we're on radio, but I mean, the vista that we have now of the checkered flags and the cars sweeping up on the courses, I mean, it's really quite magnificent. I get to go to a lot of concorsos and concours throughout the year, Pebble Beach, Amelia Island, Goodwood in the UK, and I really think that where Santa Fe has come in the last 2 years is just astonishing, and I would suspect that in the next 5 it's going to be a major player.
Well, I know it's a little bit of apples to oranges, but that's a great, actually, commendation of this event coming from someone who's very experienced with them. If you had to assess the setting that we're staging this event at, the club at Las Campanas, this must rate right up there with Pebble Beach, right?
Yeah, this is beautiful. And actually, I was just saying to Lady Moss, Sterling's wife, that when you drive up here and you're driving through the scenery, this is really New Mexico. You're getting exactly why people want to come and live in Santa Fe. I was at dinner last night at someone's house, and just the views, and there was lightning on one side, and then there was a sunset on the other side. I mean, you couldn't paint an oil picture as beautiful as the views you get from here.
Where do you actually live now?
I live in Manhattan, and if I was going to buy real estate, I'd buy it here in Santa Fe, I have to say. I think you get an awful lot more for your money than you do in Manhattan.
Okay, well, you're sitting across from a real estate broker. Me, I'm going to give you my business card before you leave. That's always music to our ears. Jeff, you travel the world all the time in your position with Mercedes-Benz, Director of Communications, no small job. Talk a little bit about some of the challenges that you have with that great brand.
Indeed. Well, they're good challenges. 127 years ago, we invented the car. We're the world's oldest car company. So I guess every single car that's here today has a little bit of our DNA in it, because we invented the damn thing. Right. But one of the challenges is when you're the oldest and probably one of the most recognizable luxury car companies in the world, and that three-pointed star, you just have to flash that up and people know exactly what it is you're talking about and the kind of lifestyle that you're talking about. And so my job really is to make sure that we stay contemporary, we stay authentic, we stay relevant, and truthful above all else, because I think we've had some challenges in the economy in these last few years, and every month is still a difficult sell, and you know that in the real estate business as much as I do in the car business.
Indeed.
And I think what people gravitate to is good value, authenticity, and something, and a voice they can trust. And I think that's my challenge, is to make sure that we are part of that conversation with our customers, and we prove that every day.
Just to hover there for a moment, the product line with Mercedes-Benz, I think, has gone through an incredible transformation just in the last few years. Yeah. I mean, I think, and this is probably not the image you want me to talk about, but I think a lot of people had it as sort of a stodgy old car, and there was like one model, but totally off the charts now. I mean, high performance, sexy looking automobiles, if I can use that word.
Yes, you can. I'm very happy for you to use those words.
I mean, it's really been a transformation, though, hasn't it?
It has, and I think that's, people say, oh no, where did Mercedes-Benz get this sportiness from? And I'm like, and it's all new. Well, it's not really new, because you can see some of the cars that we have here. If we go back to our history in the 20s with the racing cars, 1950s, and I know you're going to be talking to Sterling Moss shortly.
Yes.
Sterling won the Mille Miglia for us in 1955, and one of the great supercars and one of the great Grand Prix race cars, that they were ours, called the Silver Arrows. So I think we went back to our future in a way, to steal a Michael J. Fox line. But so we reminded ourselves of where we came from, and that is a good signpost to where we're going.
After today's Concorso, where are you off to next?
So I go to Germany, funnily enough. I'm there quite a lot, as you'd expect. So I'll be in Germany. We're doing another racing thing there, the Nürburgring, which is one of the most famous circuits in the world, certainly. So there's a tournament. It's not Formula One. It's called DTM, which stands for Deutsche Touring Machines. So it's basically the car, the production car you can buy, but it's all souped up and on steroids. And there's a championship. So I'm taking some journalists and some customers to go and see that, which will be interesting.
Fabulous. Before I let you go, I just want to ask you one last thought about this Santa Fe Concorso. If you wanted to leave an impression with maybe the people that are watching on SantaFe.com or the listeners on 1260 KTRC, what would it be about what they're missing today?
Well, I think whether you're a car enthusiast or not, I mean, this is a beautiful day to come out with friends and a beautiful surrounding, see some wonderful cars, but meet some wonderful people, engage in some great food. And I think the wonderful thing on a Sunday is, you've got the right crowd without the crowds, and I think that's a good fun day out.
Oh, I'm talking to Jeff Day, who is the Director of Communications for Mercedes-Benz NA. He has flown into this event today to actually talk about this fabulous event, the Santa Fe Concorso. Jeff, we really appreciate you being on the show today. Good luck with all your efforts, and I want to take your business card before you leave, because we may be doing some real estate.
Yeah, let's talk some real estate.
Anyway, thanks so much for being on the show today.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, thank you. See you soon. I now would like to tell you a little bit about some of the other companies who we are proud to have with us today and are associated with the Santa Fe Concorso. They're actually represented by the following people: Trish Bird, publisher of the Essential Guide to Santa Fe; Mark Nance, the president of 1-800-Flowers; and Jeff Deegan of Intercity, the official transporter of the Concorso entrance. Thank you for all your support. And Beth, if you want to go ahead and get our next guest over here, Bob Hayes, that would be great. Bring him on over. You can just bring him on over and set him down on the headset. Yes. Okay. Thanks so much, Jeff. Okay, we're out here again at the Club at Las Campanas, the Santa Fe Concorso. This is a fabulous event. And we encourage all of you to come on out here. It's only $45 to get in for general admission if you have a child or a youth in your family, as I like to say. It's only $25, and we're going to be here until 4 o'clock today. So come on out here. You will see 100 extraordinary automobiles and motorcycles. I'd now like to welcome another major supporter of the Santa Fe Concorso, Mr. Bob Hayes, CFO of Malloy Jaguar and the Malloy dealerships. Thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thank you. We're glad to be here.
Well, your company has been a supporter of the Santa Fe Concorso, and I'm sure something that you're quite proud of. So what does this event mean to you?
Well, again, it's the third year we've been involved, and it's great to have these automobile events in New Mexico. I very familiar and do attend the Pebble Beach shows for years and years, and so to get something like this in New Mexico that is of the quality of that is tremendous. It also it helps us display all of our products and just be able to reach out and meet a lot of people and enjoy cars, beautiful cars.
Bob, if I can talk a little bit about your business, Malloy is a very well-respected name within the automotive industry here, certainly in New Mexico, and I'm sure you have been with the company for a while and are rather proud of the products that your company offers to people. Talk a little bit about the dealership and the kinds of folks that you're working with on every single day.
Well, my boss, Bob Malloy, is 89 years old. His brother, Charles, is 85. They both established Malloy Brothers Enterprises, which owns the dealerships, back in 1958 with the Studebaker dealership, and then acquired the British cars in 1964, including Jaguar, Nissan 1965, and we acquired Dodge and Chrysler in 1981. So they've been in business for over 50 years. And have had many different franchises through the years. So right now we have the different ones, including Lotus, Suzuki. We have the Fiat dealership. I've been fortunate enough to be with them 32 years and have a great time. Have had the best job in the world.
Mm-hmm. If you had to pick your favorite automobile out here among the 100 cars and motorcycles, which one would it be? Is that hard? Is that impossible to do?
I collect Jaguars. I'd have to say the XK that I drove up here would be a nice car. So we have some great cars. The Lotus is a great car. The XJ, the larger sedan, Jaguar is a nice car as well. But I love all cars.
I think you have to have that in your DNA in order to be working for 32 years with this company. Right. The transformation of Malloy as a corporation over those 32 years must be astounding from your standpoint.
Well, it's just acquiring and getting more business and getting additional dealerships. And we've had franchises we've let go that didn't perform as well, and we've got other ones we try to keep the ones that do the best, and the ones that don't, you want to let them go by the side. But we have the new Fiat franchise, for example. That's doing very well. It's going to bring along the Alfa Romeo vehicles. So there's going to be a lot of different models from that. That's going to be exciting.
That's the Fiat 500, the new little one. Yeah. Is that appealing to a lot of younger car buyers?
Yeah, I think it appeals to a lot of different people. I see people that are in their 60s that come up to me and say they're interested in the car, and all different ages. It's just got a sporty Italian flair, and it brings back the reminiscence of the 60s in a way.
And with that transformation over the years of the Malloy dealerships, you've had a lot of people who have come in and out of the corporation, have shared their expertise and their professionalism. I guess one of the questions that people have today is, what is it like working in a car dealership with the economy being up and down and challenged as it has been? I'm speaking from the standpoint of a real estate broker, and we've had an industry that's been challenged in so many ways, but we're seeing it come back in a big way. Are you paralleling that with your own industry?
Well, we actually are doing very well. We are one of the largest dealers in New Mexico, and we have some really good people working at our different franchises. So it all goes down to having good people, and we can do very well, and maybe some of the other dealers aren't doing as well, but if you've got a good team, a good attitude, and good customer service, it really helps you excel. So it's all that. Anything else can be happening, as it did back in, during the 2008 decline. But it also, if you think good and think positive, then it's going to go well.
How would you characterize the way consumers are today when it comes to buying a car, looking for value? I've heard before, but what are some of the touchstones from your perspective?
Well, I think a lot of it is, the products are the best they ever have been. I think a lot of consumers do research in a lot of ways. There's still a little bit of passion where they see cars on the street, beautiful styling and so on, or their friends have them. Word of mouth is real important, where people, if they like a car, will tell their friends at a party or whatever that they love the vehicle. So, but when they come in, I think, really, if you sell them the value of the vehicle, sell them the features and the product, price is not the main thing.
Right.
Really selling the vehicle itself.
Yeah. Spoken by a true professional. I have Mr. Bob Hayes, the CFO of Malloy Jaguar and all the Malloy dealerships. He's been with the corporation for 32 years now. Thank you so much for being on the show today, and thank you for your support of the Santa Fe Concorso. I suspect it's going to be year 4, 5, 6, and forever. Don't you agree?
For sure. I agree.
Absolutely. Anyway, this is Bob Hayes, of CFO of Malloy Jaguar. Thank you for being on All Things Real Estate. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Gino Thompson, let's take a break here on All Things Real Estate. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation. We're actually going to have two of the special race car legends who will be joining us here, so stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute. Why don't we put, is this Denise? Why don't we put Denise on the microphone?
You choose your realtor, lender, and other real estate professionals. There are important reasons why you should be discriminating in your choice of title companies, too. The top recommendation, Fidelity National Title Insurance Company.
I got it when you got the shot of the old car and the red car.
Of title insurers.
The black one.
Santa Fe approach.
That was perfect.
Our services are customized with the particular needs of each and every person and each and every property. With Fidelity, your transaction runs smooth and safe with no surprises. Choose experienced knowledge professionals to assist you with your real estate questions and transaction needs. Call your friends at Team Fidelity at 505-995-8800 or email us at our free and confidential question and customer service department, Santa Fe at fnf.com. Choose wisely. Choose Fidelity. You'll appreciate the difference.
Come on. Do that.
Come on.
Laptops, MP3 players, cameras, video games, cell phones. In times like these, schools can become a shopping mall for thieves. Don't become a victim of crime. Leave your valuable stuff at home, and if you do have to bring them to school, keep them with you. Write down their serial numbers, and don't flash expensive items around.
Yeah, go to
Be
that
smart.
one. Well,
if you have something cool, there's a good chance someone else will want it.
Actually,
too.
yeah,
Keep cash and ATM cards in a secure place, and never give anyone your PIN number. And don't leave your school bag lying around where it can become a temptation to someone else. If you have something stolen, report the situation immediately. The sooner you tell someone, the better the chance you'll get it back.
So you know what I need to do?
Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to prevent school theft. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard.
Welcome back to All Things Real Estate. This is Rey Post with Sotheby's International Realty, and today we are doing a live remote broadcast from the Santa Fe Concorso here at the beautiful club at Las Campanas. And by the sound of that music, you know that we've reached our Open House of the Week segment, brought to us by our good friends, the professionals at Win Home Inspection. For more information about their inspection services, please go to their website, winnie, WINI.com. That's Winnie, WINI.com. And I can't think of a better place to have an open house than here in Las Campanas. And in fact, when you come over to our broadcast booth today, you will see a table set up that has a number of pieces of literature offered by our colleagues at Sotheby's International Realty. And they are actually holding a number of open houses, so we invite you to do that. It's now my distinct honor to introduce 2 race car legends whose life experiences we can't do justice in this interview segment. I'd like to welcome Denise McCluggage and Sir Sterling Moss. Welcome to All Things Real Estate to both of you.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to move this microphone just a little bit closer, Sir
Right.
Sterling. And Denise, you're just like, you know what, Denise, just like a lounge singer. There you go, all right? Anyway, welcome to the show. And there are so many things that we can discuss today, but I think we should just start out with your impressions. First of all, Denise, ladies first, your impressions of the Santa Fe Concorso. And you can move the mic back just a little bit.
Of the show, it's fantastic. It's really, it feels like it's been here forever, you know, that this is the first year here at this venue.
Right.
But it is so classic and so great.
And Sir Sterling, do you echo those sentiments? Is this
Absolutely. I mean, it's quite spectacular. I mean, not only the atmosphere here and the views and everything, but the cars they've got here. I mean, really, really worth a serious look. There's some wonderful machines out there.
Now, I actually dug in a little bit of the research about the two of you. And first of all, I want to say I'm a Kansas native. I think you were born in Kansas, weren't you, Denise?
You'll have to forgive me. I forgot my hearing aids today.
You were born in Kansas, weren't you? Kansas? Born in Kansas?
Born in
Yes,
Kansas.
yes,
Yeah.
I was indeed.
Yeah, I was born in Kansas too, in Wichita. I'm a Wichita boy.
I was. El Dorado is not far away.
There you go. Sir Sterling Moss, we know that you're, of course, from the south of the United States. Just kidding, of course. You're a hometown, actually, sir.
I was born in London, and I live in London now.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, I've lived really most of my life in London, right in the center, because it's the center of the world, you see.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is, and you must be very proud of what your city did this summer with the Olympic Games.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
they
they were-
really did a great job.
That opening ceremony with the Queen jumping out of the helicopter
Yeah.
with James Bond, quite
incredible.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine she did that.
Now, well, there you are, you see.
Anyway, Sir Sterling, am I correct? Did you just come back from an event called the Goodwill Revival?
The Goodwood.
Goodwood.
Yeah. Well, Goodwood is a racetrack. In fact, the first one built after the war in England. And the last meeting, they had 147,000 people there.
Oh my gosh.
Every one of which, no, but this is the amazing thing, every one of which has bought their ticket before they got there. They had to buy them online.
Oh my gosh.
You couldn't arrive with a bunch of money, they wouldn't do it.
And this particular revival, the focus of it is about what?
Older cars, you know, late cars, you can see quite a lot of them here. I mean,
Uh-huh.
D-types and God knows what else.
Mhm.
But it was remarkable in the way that the circuit is still the same as it was, which is very unusual.
Mhm.
And but the Concord Delegates was such a great success. But people actually dress in old clothes.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
So
it's amazing. They get no prizes or anything, but people come along and there they are dressed in clothes of the 50s.
Now, how did you come?
I'm allowed in overalls, so that goes over it.
Very good. Denise, and we're delighted that you actually live in Santa Fe now, correct?
Yes.
And you occupy a lot of your time with writing, I understand?
Yeah, I'm still writing, and I don't know where my time goes, but it seems to get filled up very quickly.
Yeah, and as I said, I did a little bit of research, and I believe that the two of you actually raced against each other at some point.
Yes.
Why don't you talk about
we
that?
raced in the same races. One doesn't race against Sterling.
Good Oh, I see. Very good. That's a very good statement. Well, talk a little bit about that experience. Did you know each other well then?
Well, it was terrific at Sebring. It was then a 5.2-mile course, which is a pretty good length. And I was in a very small car, an Oscar, but I figured it was at least every 2 or 3 laps that Sterling would lap me. But it was always in the S's. And I would come around, I'd think, oh, this is Sterling's lap. And I'd stay way over, and he would come by and wave. And
Now, you recall it the same way, Sir Sterling?
Oh, no, it's wonderful. I mean, the atmosphere there and everything was terrific. And, there's a place that we really enjoyed coming to.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a delight to have the two of you here, and with the heritage, the pedigree that you have in race cars. I guess if maybe not a fair question, but again, ladies first, I'll ask you: do you have a favorite car out here, Denise, among these 100 vehicles?
the car I'm looking at is my favorite. You know, every day I go by, I said, "Oh my gosh, this is better than the last one." It's amazing the class of the cars that come together here in Santa Fe. I'm a judge every year at Pebble Beach and at Amelia Island, and one great advantage of this is it's much smaller and you can see everything. You go to Pebble or Amelia Island, you can see half of them, maybe at the most. and there sometimes the crowd is so big you can't see that.
Yeah.
And this is great. It's wide open. You can photograph and see everyone and go back and see your favorites.
Absolutely. Now, Sir Sterling, Denise lives here in Santa Fe. This is not your first trip here, is it?
No, I come here whenever I like.
Whenever you can.
Yeah.
What's your impressions of this community of Las Campanas?
Well, it's just what we need. I mean, to have this many people come out and see these beautiful cars. I mean, I can see why they're here, but it is really nice of you to be underlined by them and turn up and give us such a great show.
Right. And this, of course, the club at Las Campanas is nationally known as a golf course and equestrian center. A lot of people find it to be one of the finest equestrian centers in the country, believe it or not. Are you a former golfer?
No, I'm not a golfer. I wish I'd learned golf when I was at school, but I'm interested in all sports, but unfortunately, that one missed me.
Uh-huh. And Denise, you have been a judge at Pebble Beach. You said if you had to judge today about all the cars that are here and the different classes and awards that they're presenting, do you have a couple of favorites that you're willing to mention on air?
Well, I always have been very fond of Boat-tailed Stutz Bearcats.
Uh-huh.
And there are a couple of really, really super nice ones out here.
Is that because of the styling, the design?
Yeah, it just it speaks so of an age and of a time, and then the I liked the prototype Cunningham because I really was very much an admirer of Briggs Cunningham, and the prototype of his road cars is out here, and they're just amazing. The cars that are so evocative of a time and place, and you just are taken. You can just go many places here.
Right. Evocative is an excellent word, and I think the history, the heritage associated with these cars. Sir Sterling, if you wanted to drive one of these cars today, which one would it be? Hard to pick?
Impossible to pick, actually, because I like so many of them.
Okay.
I mean,
we could line them all up for you.
Well, there's one that's missing that I'd like to have driven, actually, and that's a 250F Maserati Grand Prix car. But regrettably, there isn't one here, so I can't give my vote to it.
And why would that be your favorite that you'd want to drive?
Because I think if you race cars, the 250F Maserati, I think by anybody says, well, that was the nicest handling car in racing. I mean, we're talking about 1954, 5, 6 now, but it really was a sensational car.
And Denise, you share that sentiment about the Maserati? You share the sentiment about that car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do indeed.
Yeah.
I do. I would like to drive one of the Formula One cars.
Really?
I think that the Villeneuve Formula One Ferrari, because I've never driven a car like that. I don't know. It would be like getting in a rocket ship or something.
Yeah.
It's so different.
And they, as you probably both know, because you're tied into this very deeply, is that they are building a Formula One racetrack in Austin, Texas. That's going to be part of this.
Well, there'll be a race there in a few weeks.
That's
actually.
Right. Yeah.
Or a few. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is soon. Yeah, and that's great for this country, isn't it? Don't you think?
Well, it's great for the sport. I mean, if the circuit's as good as we've heard, now we haven't seen it, and got to get right reports back. I mean, it's just what this country needs, because they don't understand Formula One over here, and therefore to see a really good circuit and great racing, I think it'd be a shot in the arm.
Right. Well, listen, I'm talking to two of the most famous, renowned race car legends that have very kindly agreed to come on All Things Real Estate today. Denise McCluggage and Sir Sterling Moss, we really do appreciate you being here with us. We want you to enjoy the rest of this fabulous Santa Fe Concorso. We're hoping to be able to do this show each year from the event. From now on out, my company, Sotheby's International Realty, is delighted to be part of this. Thank you so much for being on the show today, and we will talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you. We enjoyed it.
Very good. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay. Gino Thompson, I want to thank all my guests for offering some very compelling commentary about the Santa Fe Concorso, the community of Las Campanas, and especially this beautiful setting, the club at Las Campanas. I invite all of you to come on out today, enjoy the Concorso, as well as tour the terrific properties that our Sotheby's International Realty brokers are holding on open house. A big thank you to the staff and the management of the club at Las Campanas for all their generosity Gino Thompson, my producer, Braden Anderson, my director, as well as Josh and Jacob, my floor producers, along with Mike, Beth, plus Kate, Debbie, and Arthur at Sotheby's International Realty. Thank you for what you do best. Lastly, thank you for tuning into the show today. And as you stay tuned here right on Talk 1260, KTRC, and SantaFe.com for the second hour of our remote broadcast, I wish you good luck and fortune in all things real estate.
Hey, how are you doing? So things going out here? Hey there.
How are you? So,
I'm good. Right here.
Right here?
That's what I heard.
They've been broadcasting since 12.
It's a long show. It's a 2-hour show. Careful, there's a little water spill here. This is the Sotheby's Santa Fe.com guys. Yeah, this is the video guys. Thank you. Step forward, but there's not a lot of traffic.
KTRC.
Hi, it's me.
Hey, Ray.
Everything all right?
Everything's going smooth.
Okay. It sounds all right?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Well, then you're going to put me into the system now. And what do you have on your clock?
Let's see, I got 101.10.
Very good. I'm just ahead of you by about 2 seconds. So we're cooking here.
All right.
It sounds all right to you? Sounds okay to you?
Oh, yeah.
All right, buddy.
All right, let me put you back in.
Thank you.
Maybe they thought that at the time. 5 days later, that doesn't pass the smell test.
Both Axelrod and McCain spoke on CNN's State of the Union program. Thousands of Pakistanis marched and burned U.S. flags today on continuing
Hey, Eric, how are you?
video made in the
Kurt,
U.S.
yes, of course. Nice to see you guys. You're manning the table, right? I'm sorry, I got to make sure we're going to go live in a second here.
The White House has denounced
let me
the film, but it's
do
also
this.
suspended American laws protecting
So is
I'm Dan
Bev or
Scanlon,
Den?
NBC News Radio.
Is Bev or Dennis going to be
Quiet
back with
contains
us?
homeopathic ingredients traditionally used to provide relief.
Hey, Bev?
Can you hear that sound? That
Hey, Bev? Hey, Bev?
I
can't get to
sleep with it. I can't concentrate. I hear it constantly. Everywhere I go, it doesn't go away. It drives me nuts.
Hey, Braden, can you give me a water from over there?
My loud machine.
It's about parched to death here. Is this going along as you'd hoped it would?
I love quiet tests.
I couldn't believe it. No more ringing in the ears. No more hissing sound. Quiet relief so I can work.
No more ringing, no more loud fans.
And I sleep
Well,
like
you
a
know,
baby.
If you're
these things,
suffering
doing
from
them the
tinnitus,
first time,
I
it's
urge you to
always-
try Quietus. After trying Quietus, the ringing stopped,
FYI.
and I felt like I got my life back.
Quietus is real, my
Cats on a
friend.
hot tin
Quietus
roof
has
about what
changed
you
my
guys are
life.
asking
Call right
for.
now for your risk-free trial of Quietus at 1-800-860-8517. That's 1-800-860-8517. Stop the ringing now. 1-800-860-8517. That's 1-800-860-8517.
Judy, you look so good in that dress. How can you possibly be keeping that figure?
I've been taking a natural product called Estranol for my menopause symptoms. It reduces my hot flashes, and it has an ingredient that actually helps prevent weight gain during menopause.
That's amazing. I feel like lately I've been getting more of that annoying belly fat. It seems impossible to lose.
You need to hurry and try Estranol. They'll even send you a free gift.
Estranol has a natural ingredient that can help prevent weight gain during menopause. Try Estranol for 30 days risk-free. Be one of the first 100 callers, and you'll also get a free weight management kickstart formula to help reduce body fat and decrease appetite. It's yours free when you call now.
The Estronol system helped me lose weight and keep it off.
Help prevent weight gain and reduce body fat. Call 1-800-843-7831. That's 1-800-843-7831. Call 1-800-843-7831.
Join us today for a 2-hour remote broadcast of all things real estate from the Santa Fe Concorso rare and exotic car gathering being staged from the beautiful club at Las Campanas. Join radio host and Sotheby's International Realty broker Rey Post and a number of special guests for interesting conversation and a tour of 100 vintage automobiles and motorcycles displayed at the Club of Las Campanas, while the show is streamed to a national audience on SantaFe.com. Under the All Things Real Estate Unique Destination Show series, enjoy the commentary offered by race car legends Sterling Moss, Denise McCluggage, and Al Unser-Senior, as well as Concorso organizers Beverly and Dennis Little. Learn about the club at Las Campanas and the fabulous features of the community as Ray interviews Club General Manager David Lone and Sotheby's International Realty Senior Vice President Greg Antonson, as well as other unique guests. For ticket information, go to SantaFeConcorso.com. That's SantaFeConcorso.com. And join us right now for All Things Real Estate, broadcasting from the club at Las Campanas.
Okay, gentlemen, now the first rule of Debate Club is you do not talk about Debate Club.
He's been watching too many movies. George, we're not in Santa Fe, New Mexico to debate, right, Matt?
That's right. We came to Barth Kia in Santa Fe for the community charity and sales event.
Barth Kia will be donating a portion of all proceeds to the Special Olympics of New Mexico.
Hey, guys.
Hey, it's the owner,
We got like 8
Barth.
people. I just want to remind everyone that you could also win a 100% refund.
Plus, you could win $500 or a TV.
And everyone gets the Barth Kia guarantee. Peace of mind before, during, and after the sale. Lease new 2013 Barth Kia Fortes for just $169 a month.
Okay, Jason, I'll get one for the president as an early retirement gift.
Oh, great. I'll take it in 4 more years.
Oh,
Jason, change the subject.
All new Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty.
It's the grand opening of Big Old Barth. Barth Kia in Santa Fe.
1701 St. Michael's Drive, just off Cerrillos Road in Santa Fe.
Or go to BarthKia.com.
Santa Fe's News Talk leader, Talk 1260, KTRC. It's time to get answers to all of your real estate questions. Talk 1260 KTRC presents All Things Real Estate. Best place for live listener interactive real estate news and commentary. Now broadcasting around the nation via SantaFe.com. Here's your host, associate broker with Sotheby's International Realty, Rey Post.
Hello out there, and welcome to the second hour of a special remote broadcast of All Things Real Estate, the best place for real estate news and commentary. This is Rey Post, associate broker with Sotheby's International Realty, and today we're bringing the show to you from the famous Santa Fe Concorso, one of the nation's premier automotive gatherings. 100 rare and exotic cars and motorcycles from all over the country are here waiting for you to enjoy, and to complement the amazing automotive eye candy, if I can call it that. The venue for this year's third annual Concorso is Santa Fe's beautiful club at Las Campanas, which is located in one of the country's premier golf and equestrian communities. To enhance the experience, we're also bringing you interviews with some of the world's best-known race car legends, as well as the people who are responsible for organizing the Santa Fe Concorso. We'll also be interviewing a number of representatives from companies who are sponsors of this important event, plus a variety of real estate experts who will talk about the way the club at Las Campanas and the community itself are destinations worth exploring. And one of the other benefits you can enjoy today is the variety of properties that Sotheby's International Realty is holding on open house here in Las Campanas. Plus, for anyone who wants to call Las Campanas home, we have a collection of some of the best real estate brokers in our company right here in the broadcast booth with us. As is the case with all of our remote broadcasts of all things real estate, we're doing this 2-hour broadcast under our show series called Unique Destinations, which features people, places, and events that are important to our economy, culture, and the real estate industry. If you can't join us in person today, and boo-hoo if you can't, because you're going to be missing some fabulous cars and motorcycles, you can always tune in and watch a video stream of the program by going to the homepage of SantaFe.com and clicking on the Concorso All Things Real Estate button. I also want to invite you to go to our website, allthingsrealestateradio.com. That's allthingsrealestateradio.com. And discover an array of useful real estate services provided by a number of stellar companies, many of whom are represented here today. And on this day in real estate history, besides making our own history here at the Santa Fe Concorso, hosted by the club at Las Campanas, I can also report that on September 30th, 1927, Babe Ruth hits one out of the place that is called real estate, and that's the ballpark, and becomes the first baseball player to hit 60 home runs in a season. And this day in real estate history is brought to us each week by the local mortgage professionals at First National Bank of Santa Fe, who also happen to be a Concorso sponsor, and you can check out their top quality mortgage services at fnb-sf.com. That's fnb-sf.com. So Gino Thompson, my producer, back at the KTRC studio, my director, Braden Anderson, along with our floor producers, Josh and Jacob, as well as Mike Root of Santa Fe Digital and Beth Wagner, the professionals who make sure I keep both of my hands on the steering wheel. I want to now introduce the two people who make the trains, or in this case, the cars and the motorcycles, run on time. Of course, I'm talking about David Lone, the general manager and COO of the club at Las Campanas, as well as the co-organizer of the Santa Fe Concorso, Beverly Little. Welcome to All Things Real Estate, guys.
Ray, thanks very much. I just need to tell you that you have more interesting little pieces of trivia than anybody I know.
That's my life. You know, thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Yes,
I think.
it is.
Beverly, nice to have you on the show.
Thank you, and it's just such a pleasure to be here, and such a pleasure to be here at the club at Las Campanas. It's an absolutely spectacular setting. Everything about it has been wonderful. The food is outstanding. The service is great. The aspens up in the Sangres are turning golden yellow for us today. Flags are blowing from the breeze, and it is just a fantastic day. The best Concorso yet.
Well, I was going to ask you what you thought of this event, but I think you pretty much summarized it. There's nothing else to add. Now, seriously, you've been doing this 3 years in a row. You moved the event, you and your husband, Dennis, moved the event to the club at Las Campanas. No regrets with that decision?
Absolutely not. In fact, we were hoping to be here 2 years ago, and now we are here, so we are so excited that hopefully we can call this home forever.
Well, I think I maybe can share with you, because you left when I asked the question of David Lone the last time, and I'm going to let the general manager and COO of the club at Las Campanas answer this question, but I think they would love to have you come back, David.
Absolutely. We would. This is such a nice event, and it fits with our type of club that we have here, that we would love to have this event here for many years to come. Right, Beverly?
Absolutely. We would love a long-term relationship, because the boutique Concorso, and that's what my husband Dennis has coined, needs to be in a venue where we are just surrounded by beauty and also outstanding service.
And since you're a young woman, when you say a long-term relationship, that's going to take you well into your...
Oh, probably into my 50s.
Very good. Well, I guess if I had to ask you, and this may not be fair of the co-organizer to ask this question, but if you had to pick out maybe one or two of the special highlights of the last 3 days, what would they be?
Oh.
Hard to do?
It is hard to do, because every day the event has been outstanding. Friday night at the airport with vintage cars and airplanes and fantastic food, Walterberg Catering. Saturday, the drive, coming back here, having a wonderful lunch, going up into the Haymaz, seeing the aspens change, and then the Crown is coming here, and having the event on the 9th fairway.
Well, and one of the things that you wanted me to make sure that I tell the listeners and the people that are watching on SantaFe.com is that the Santa Fe Concorso is all volunteer driven, and the nice thing about it is you give back to the community in a big way. You have a number of youth organizations that are beneficiaries of the proceeds of this event. Is that a very proud thing for you, Beverly?
Absolutely. In fact, we want to give back to the community. Everybody on our Concorso board is a volunteer, no paid. We are a 501c3, and we give, last year we gave $20,000 away, and that was only our second year. This year I'm sure it will be much more. So we have 3 or 4 beneficiaries this year will be getting it, and Las Campanas Community Fund is one of our beneficiaries.
Well, we really are appreciative of you having us, along with David Lone, doing all things real estate from the Concorso. Like you, we hope we can have a long-term relationship in airing our show during this spectacular event. I want to thank Beverly Little and your husband, Dennis, for all of the courtesies you've extended to us. Thank you very much for organizing this spectacular event. David Lone, the general manager of the club here at Las Campanas. I'm going to have you back at the end of the program, maybe you too as well, Beverly. But anyway, why don't you go off and mingle with the crowds? There's only a few people here you haven't talked to yet, I bet.
Yeah, there are only maybe 5 I haven't, but I also haven't seen the cars.
Very good.
The other thing I want to thank is our outstanding volunteers and our outstanding board, because without them, this event could not have gone off.
Well said. That is Beverly Little, the co-organizer of the Santa Fe Concorso. Thank you very much for being on All Things Real Estate, and David Lone, the general manager of the Club of Las Campanas as well. I'll see both of you at the end of the show, okay?
Very good. Thanks, Ray.
All right.
Pleasure, Ray.
I want to shift gears a little bit here and just remind you that we do have a number of corporations that are actually supporting this event. And 2 of the companies who are proud to be associated with the Santa Fe Concorso are actually represented today by the following people. Doug Wink of Inkway Graphics, the official designer for the Concorso, as well as Sean DePalma, the manager of Executive Automotive. We want to thank you for all of your support. And Beth, if you've got Mr. Haux, I'd like to have him come on and put on the headset there, sir, if you could. Now I'd like to welcome another major supporter of the Santa Fe Concorso, Mr. Mike Haux, who is the owner of Sandia Automotive Group and Santa Fe BMW. It's great to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you.
Why don't you move your microphone up just a little bit? I'll do this for you. There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, actually, you need to be turned around the other way. Here we go. I'm sorry. You should have. There you go. If you do it like that, there we go. Excellent. Now we can hear all of your melodious tones as you taught to us. I guess the first question I have for you, Mike, is you guys have been supporters of this event. This is something pretty special to you, isn't it?
Special not only from a commercial standpoint, but from a personal standpoint, because if you're in the automobile business from a retail perspective, you really need to love cars in general.
Yeah, indeed.
And there has not been a venue like this ever in the state of New Mexico. There has been in smaller scales, but nothing that's ever been so well thought out and so complete. Mm-hmm. And I've got a couple of cars that I keep in the garage, and it was fun to bring them out and just kind of be a spectator and a participant.
Well, and I think maybe the venue that we're doing this from also enhances the experience, doesn't it? The Club at Las Campanas, could you pick a better place?
Absolutely not. This is the 3rd year, and all these deals have to evolve. And the first couple of years were great, and we were at a different location. It was adequate, but some changes needed to be made, and this was a totally different venue, which is hard for the organizers because they had to start over again.
Yeah, yeah.
But what a perfect, and then on a Sunday to have a clear blue day, I mean, it's just all the stars are aligning.
I think they are aligned. Now, you alluded to this a moment ago, Mike, and that is that not only are you a supporter, your company is a supporter and a big supporter of the Santa Fe Concorso, but you actually have a car that's entered in the competition here. You want to talk about that for a moment?
Well, since it's not a BMW, I hesitate. But again, we all love cars in this business, yeah. And I've got an older Porsche that I've had last year that won second in its field. This year I've got a new car, so it's a different kind of competition with the newer cars, mm-hmm. But more of an exotic car. I've got a newer Ferrari, and it's just nice being able to have different types of driving, and just the variety of manufacturers and the way they're put together and the engineering, and it's fun trying them all out.
And you obviously have automobiles coursing through your veins here, the owner of a Ferrari, the owner of the BMW dealership. I want to ask you before we take a break here on All Things Real Estate, from a business standpoint, business is good?
Business has been stable and good for the last 3 or 4 years, and we feel very fortunate because yeah. we are a little unique in that respect, but what we're doing seems to be working, and we hope to be at it a long time.
Well, listen, we really do appreciate you being on All Things Real Estate, but more importantly, your support of the Santa Fe Concorso. You have a fabulous car company, a great product line. I can speak to that from my own experience with it. This is Mike Haux, the owner of Sandia Automotive Group and Santa Fe BMW. Thank you very much for being with us today, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon, okay?
Pleasure's mine. Thank you.
Very good. Gino Thompson, my producer. Let's take a break here on All Things Real Estate. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation. We're actually going to bring Mr. Greg Antonsen back to the show with us, and actually have a couple of other special guests, so stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute.
You're all good.
Oh, that's good.
I just switched to it on a break, but it's not on them all the whole time.
Hi, this is New Mexico's first gentleman, Chuck Franco. Governor Susana Martinez and I would like to invite you to join us at the Little Gala for a big cause benefiting an organization that's dear to both of us, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Northern New Mexico. I hope you can help us start something big for local kids by joining us on Saturday, October 6th at the Hilton Santa Fe Golf Resort and Spa at Buffalo Thunder. For ticket information, contact 983-8360. That's 983-8360. Or visit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northern New Mexico online. A big thank you to our presenting sponsors, the Hilton Santa Fe Golf Resort and Spa at Buffalo Thunder, Chef Carmen Rodriguez, Governor George Rivera, and Hutton Broadcasting. Thank you for your support, and Governor Martinez and I look forward to seeing you on October 6th.
Stevens, a consignment gallery, Santa Fe's premier consignment service. Decorators, dealers, motion picture industries, and your source for quality furniture, antiques, art, silver, jewelry, and estate items. From the funky to the formal, Stevens has what it is that you want. Because new inventory arrives daily, it's likely that Stevens will have that special piece or that functional furnishing that you want. Stevens also offers timely appraisal services, as well as estate and house sales. For over 26 years, Stevens has served the Santa Fe community with trust, integrity, and honesty in all their dealings with their customers. So if you're looking to purchase or are looking to sell, Stevens, a consignment gallery, is your best bet for a successful and pleasant experience. Pickup and delivery are available. Stevens, a consignment gallery, 2701 Cerrillos Road, 471-0802. Open daily from 10 to 5.
What was Santa Fe like in 1955, or 1962, or 1973? I'm Martin Genius, inviting you to join me as we relive the past in Santa Fe on the Santa Fe Hometown Project. Each Sunday night, I'll take you back to a year long ago in Santa Fe and bring it back to life with music, news, and memories just the way it happened. So join me every Sunday night from 8 to 11 for another round. Hometown Project right here on Talk 1260 KTRC.
Go do it. And then I realized that
Talk 1260 KTRC. Now, here's your host, Associate Broker with Sotheby's International Realty, Rey Post.
Welcome back to All Things Real Estate. Today we are doing a live 2-hour remote broadcast from the Santa Fe Concorso here at the club at Las Campanas. We invite all of you to come on out here today. Only costs you $45 to get in. You can tour 100 rare and exotic cars and automobiles. Enjoy the beautiful setting that the club at Las Campanas provides. There's food out here, thousands of people. It is a spectacular event, and if you're here at 2 o'clock, you can actually see the award ceremony when they present the best in classes for a number of these vehicles. And before we go back into the program, I also want to remind you that you can tune in to the show, watch it on SantaFe.com. We're streaming video of all the images of the cars, my special guests here at the broadcast booth. I also invite you to stop by the broadcast booth because adjacent to us is a table that Sotheby's International Realty has set up where our broker colleagues are offering some of their listing information. There are a variety of fabulous open houses going on today here in Las Campanas, so we invite you to come out, make it a day. Tour the houses, see the cars, see the motorcycles, have some food. What more could you ask for? Before we go back into the program, I encourage you to check out the Sotheby's International Realty Distinctive Property of the Month by going to our website, allthingsrealestateradio.com. This section of the radio show website is brought to you each month by Old Santa Fe Builders Incorporated, and you can learn more about their fabulous services at oldsantafebuilders.com. That's oldsantafebuilders.com. And here are actually two companies that are proud to be associated with the Santa Fe Concorso, and they're represented today by the following people: Ed Garcia, the owner of Mercedes-Benz of Santa Fe, and Frederick Gasser, president of BRM Watch Company, which donated a special edition timepiece that was actually signed by Bob, and I believe it was designed by Bob Bondurant. So we appreciate all of the support that they have given to us. I'd now like to welcome back to the program Mr. Greg Antonsen, the Senior Vice President and Qualifying Broker of Sotheby's International Realty, and we also have our broker colleague Johnny Gillespie joining us. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Deja vu. We did this on July 1st.
Not that long ago.
And Greg, you and I would both agree Johnny was spectacular.
Indeed.
She has a future in radio, I think.
Lots of great feedback.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Anyway, also, too, on the line with us is Mr. Alan Box, the managing partner with Las Campanas Land Holdings. Welcome to the show, Alan. Are you there?
I I'm here. Thank you very much.
Very good. Glad that you were able to join us, and I know you're out of town and you're just dying because you wish you could be here at the Santa Fe Concorso, don't you?
I do. It looks like you've got a fantastic day for us.
Are you actually watching it on SantaFe.com?
I am.
Oh, that's great. Alan, your company's just made a major commitment to Las Campanas, so why don't you describe for the listeners and the viewers on SantaFe.com why this is important to the community?
Well, it's just Las Campanas is a world-class community, and they're not going to be any more master plan communities anywhere near as fantastic as that. We felt we worked on this for a long time and just felt it was a very important project to pursue.
And exactly the relationship you have from the standpoint of Sotheby's International Realty, Greg Antonsen, the qualifying broker, this is a very special opportunity for our brokers and our company, isn't it?
It's a very special opportunity, and we are extremely pleased and proud to be able to represent Las Campanas land holdings and residential holdings exclusively.
Now, I guess I want to add and ask a question of Johnny Gillespie, my broker colleague at Sotheby's International Realty. Johnny, you're one of the preeminent brokers here in Las Campanas. You live in this community. You know it like in the back of your hand. Alan can hear you. You can't hear Alan. But for Alan's benefit, why is this relationship with Las Campanas Land Holdings so special to you as a broker?
Well, it's so special to me because I worked for the developer for many years. And certainly I'm happy to be working with Alan. And just to put a few things into perspective, just let me give you some round numbers. We will close out this year ahead of sales from last year in both land and homes. And to further that, in the last 10 years, Las Campanas has sold over 450 homes. In the last 10 years, that we will close out over 350 land sales. So those are pretty significant numbers.
Indeed, yeah. And Alan, I want to shift back to you. This relationship, this new relationship with Sotheby's International Realty, is this something that's going to evolve quickly from your standpoint, or is it going to take a little bit of time?
Well, no, I think it'll get off to a pretty quick start. We've been working for several months getting ready for this announcement and to get started. We'll approach the market in a pretty patient, rational way, but we expect that activity will begin fairly quickly.
Indeed, and I have to say their timing is perfect because the market has been picking up rather nicely right here in Las Campanas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Alan, I think you guys not only are making this financial commitment to Las Campanas, but you actually are establishing a little bit of a presence here in the community. I understand you're going to have a facility that'll be available, if I'm not jumping the gun on this, available for people to use when they come to the community. Maybe if there's a buyer down in your home state of Texas, Alan, that wants to come up here and spend a few days in Las Campanas and look at some of the houses and some of the lots, you actually are going to provide a little a casita for them, aren't you?
Exactly. Part of our acquisition included a casita, which we have remodeled and refurnished and updated, and we're working with the club and have put together a package that will allow people to come have the Las Campanas experience and be able to play golf and enjoy the equestrian center, the spa, play tennis, the restaurants, just the whole package so that they can see what a wonderful place it is.
For Johnny Gillespie's benefit, Alan Box, the managing partner of Las Campanas Land Holdings, I feel like I'm at the United Nations doing some interpretation here, only because Johnny doesn't have a headset, so she couldn't hear what you said. But he basically was talking about the fabulous array of amenities that exist here in Las Campanas, which as a real estate broker, this makes our job a little bit easier when we're trying to sell a property in a community, doesn't it, Johnny?
Absolutely it does, and certainly anyone who's interested in Las Campanas, please feel free to contact us directly. Come to Sotheby's, have your brokers contact us. We'll do anything that we can to help you out. It's a wonderful community. I've worked here for over 10 years.
Yeah. Alan, I know you're in a lovely spot. I'm not going to say where it is, but we actually are enjoying, as you can see from SantaFe.com, some unbelievable weather here in Santa Fe today and at the Concorso. So before I let you go, I want to give you a minute or so to sort of talk about your view of New Mexico, Las Campanas, and Santa Fe as a destination, just generally.
Well, it's just such a wonderful destination, and living in Texas, and I know a lot of the people that
have moved to Las Campanas come from Texas, but they also, I know, come from all parts of the country and the world. It's just a great environment. It has fantastic food. It's got fantastic history and just incredible weather. So it's the kind of place I think anybody would enjoy visiting and living.
You know, Alan, if things don't work out for you, you have a job at the Chamber of Commerce. That's about the best spiel I think I've ever heard about Santa Fe and Las Campanas. Just kidding. I'm actually speaking to Mr. Alan Box, who is, has a very significant position here. He's the managing partner with Las Campanas Land Holdings. They have made a major commitment here to Las Campanas. They have entered into a special and exclusive relationship with Sotheby's International Realty, which makes Greg Antonsen, the qualifying broker of our company, quite happy. Alan, thanks so much for being on the show today. I'm going to let you go so you can go back and enjoy some time with your wife, okay?
Well, thank you for having me very much.
Talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye. Before I let you guys go, I've got about a minute here before I have to go out on a break. Johnny, if you had to encapsulate in one sentence your view of this event, the Santa Fe Concorso, what would it be?
This is one of the most extraordinary events I've seen happen here in Las Campanas, and I think what is so wonderful about it is it's embracing the entire community, and you could not even imagine the number of people here, the vehicles that are here, the people. It's quite an enjoyable event, and anyone who has not made it out yet, please do try to come out. Thank you.
I don't hear vehicles, as that word's pronounced very often, unless it's said by someone from the South.
It's my Southern upbringing. I can't help myself.
There you go. That's Johnny Gillespie. And Greg, in about 30 seconds here before we have to close out this segment of the show, any last thoughts you want to leave with the listeners about Las Campanas and about the Concorso?
Just about Las Campanas, the lifestyle here, it has such broad appeal, and I really encourage people to come out. And of course, this event, we've never had anything like this. We've never attracted, I think we're expecting 3,000 people here today. Yeah. And there's room for more, let's put it that way.
Absolutely, and we hope that at least a few of them are going to buy some properties from Sotheby's International Realty. Greg Antonsen, the Vice President, Senior Vice President and qualifying broker of Sotheby's International Realty. Our esteemed broker colleague, Johnny Gillespie, thank you for being on All Things Real Estate. Gino Thompson, let's take a break here. Johnny, want to say something?
Just thank you very much.
Well, it's a delight to always have you on the show. I love that voice of yours. Gino, let's take a break here on All Things Real Estate. When we come back, we'll continue from the Santa Fe Concorso here at the club in Las Campanas. Stay tuned.
Santa Fe Chamber of Commerce serves as a collective voice for Santa Fe businesses of all sizes. Santa Fe really is a close-knit community, and we believe that if you have a business, your voice should be heard. We as a chamber not only work to create an environment that assures your ability to do business, but we also pride ourselves on growing local business. There's so much that the chamber can do for you. When you join the Chamber of Commerce, you can take advantage of Chamber's programs such as business-to-business discounts, networking, connections, committees, marketing, referrals, and so much more. We're working for you while you're at work. That's our sole purpose. Join the Santa Fe Chamber of Commerce and take advantage of all we have to offer. We're here working for you. Come and visit us at our new office on St. Michael's Drive. Go to santafechamber.com or call 988-3279.
Hi, it's Ray Post of Sotheby's International Realty and host of the All Things Real Estate Radio Show.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a totally unique way to showcase your business or nonprofit organization, why not host a remote broadcast of All Things Real Estate? To learn more about this proven technique for gaining consumer attention, please call me, Ray Post, at 505-989-8900. That's 505-989-8900, or go to my website, allthingsrealestateradio.com.
Vaccine preventable infections kill 50,000 American adults each year, more than HIV, AIDS, breast cancer, or traffic accidents. I'm Marjorie McGinn, President and Executive Director of Women in Government. I urge you to talk to your doctor about the vaccines you need from birth through adulthood. To learn more about vaccine preventable diseases and infections, please visit womeningovernment.org.
Santa Fe's News Talk leader, Talk 1260, KTRC. Now, here's your host, Associate Broker with Sotheby's International Realty, Rey Post.
Welcome back to All Things Real Estate. Today we are doing a live 2-hour remote broadcast from the Santa Fe Concorso here at the club at Las Campanas. We invite everyone to come on out here and enjoy this beautiful and spectacular setting. The club is one of the best places in all of Santa Fe to spend an afternoon, and you couldn't ask for something more unusual than 100 rare and exotic cars and motorcycles to feast your eyes on. So come on out here today. It's only $45 for general admission. The show is open until 4 o'clock, and there's a special 2 o'clock awards ceremony that we invite you to come out and check out while you're here. There's food out here and lots of fun. There's about 3,000 people anticipated. Before we go back into the show, and by the way, I want to remind you that if you can't join us, you can always watch the show streaming on SantaFe.com. Simply go to the homepage of SantaFe.com and click on the button that says Concorso and All Things Real Estate, and you'll be able to watch the images that my fine crew here is actually doing of this spectacular event. Again, I want to remind you that Santa Fe's own Westgate Properties, specializing in highly responsive multi-tenant commercial and homeowner association management, promotes community and improves value in the quality of life and work, as well as their clients' investment. For more information about their fine commercial and homeowner association management services, call Tom Simon of Westgate Properties at 995-3134. That's 995-3134. And a special thank you to another company that is proud to be associated with the Santa Fe Concorso and is represented today by the following person. That is Colin Keegan, owner and distiller of Santa Fe Spirits. So thank you for all of your support. Switching gears a bit, and no pun intended, sorry, I now would like to welcome Mr. Brian Martin, who is the Director of Development with McPherson College. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thank you.
Brian, right in front of us, and we actually, Jacob, we've got a camera on this, don't we? We have a camera on that, on the kids over here. Guys, hey, Jacob, we've got a camera on these guys, right? Yeah, okay. No, I mean on the car over here. Sorry, it's always the technology here.
Yeah.
Brian, you've got a group of students from McPherson College who are about to assemble a Model T Ford right in front of the broadcast booth. So why don't you tell us about this exercise?
Yes, we have a 1926 Model T Ford touring car that we break down into the same sub-assemblies that they would have assembled them on the famous moving assembly line of Henry Ford. The guys kind of try and race against the clock and are usually able to build the car in about 10 minutes or less.
Wow. Now, they've done this a couple of times already. I know they did it out at the airport hangar for the first night of the Concorso, and they're going to do it. They did it somewhere else, didn't they?
Yes. Yesterday, we were lucky enough to go down and be involved in the Santa Fe Children's Museum, their Fall Fest, and did a couple of builds down there for the children.
So are they going to do it here? They look like they're taking a break right now.
Right now, they've got the car all apart and kind of just waiting for the official start time.
I see.
And going to put it together.
Oh, that's great. So maybe we'll keep a camera on that if they start doing it while we're actually doing the rest of the show, so we can actually share that with the people on SantaFe.com. Brian, do you have a fun job as Director of Development for McPherson College?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun. We get to... I'm lucky enough I get to travel out to a lot of car shows and share it with students. It's one of our big student experiences. Take students around to car shows and concours, swap meets, and just to help broaden their horizons in the restoration.
I have to believe that them assembling and disassembling a Model T Ford is one of your best recruitment tools ever, huh?
It's a lot of fun. It gets a lot of attention from not only prospective students, but then also parents, grandparents that happen to be at the show and tell their children, this is, you love doing this, this is the place to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm going to turn around here, Beth. Are we okay with Mr. Unser? Okay, very good. Well, Brian, listen, we'll be looking forward to having the students here take this car, actually put it back together in a minute here, and we're going to film that, show it to the people all over the country on SantaFe.com. We really do appreciate you being on the show with us. This is Brian Martin, who is the Director of Development with McPherson College. Thank you for bringing this very unique sort of, I'm going to call it a sideshow in a positive way to the Santa Fe Concorso, and we wish you well, and we wish all the students well as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, I want to now give a special thank you, actually, and I saw her floating around here a moment ago. One of my friends from Hutton Broadcasting But I want to especially thank Scott Hutton, the owner of Hutton Broadcasting and SantaFe.com, for all of his support and that of his team, including Mary, Brad, and Todd. Also want to recognize the MC of the Concorso, Mr. Tim Considine, who shared in many TV series, starred in many TV series and movies, and is best known these days for his writing and photography. I also want to thank Pam Franco and Eric French of the club at Las Campanas, as well as Kay Lee again for all their support and assistance. It's now with great honor that I bring to the program a man who's considered one of the brightest and most versatile stars from America's golden age of racing in the latter half of the 20th century, none other than Mr. Al Unser Sr. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure being here, and I like those compliments. I wished I could start all over again.
Well, actually, I did read that. That was published somewhere. I didn't make that up, so someone else thought of those very nice words before. Anyway, the list of accomplishments, Mr. Unser, that you've achieved is way too long to reference, including 4 wins of the Indianapolis 500. But with all these victories, I'm just wondering whether or not your first race experiences down at the Speedway Park in Albuquerque aren't some of your favorite recollections.
Well, you know, the good part about it is at that time you didn't realize what your life was out for. And you think, boy, if I could only do this and that, you know, and all of a sudden the things start happening, you know, and then I, you know, raced out here and I got to where I could leave and go on elsewhere. And it was just a great feeling to be able to say, you know, I raced in my hometown, won and lost.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then go on, it's just it's a feeling that is really hard to believe.
Well, and that's a good point, the way you said that. Winning is important, but losing also is a learning experience, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You gotta, you know, there's so many guys that try to race, and people, women and men now, that they think they should win right away, or you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it would be nice to. I did.
Right.
But there was a lot of days that I lost. And you don't want to know the days that I lost. You said 4 Indy victories, yes, but how many did I lose?
Yeah.
So those days you take any race, and the days that you win, you say, man, you know, and we have people come to our museum and they say, well, I remember you at Springfield or Milwaukee, that you did this and that, and I just look at them and I say, really, did I? They know more. That's what makes owning a museum so unique, because then they start reminding you of what you did.
Well, you led me into my next question, and that is relative to this museum that you and your wife have. Talk a little bit about that. You're very, very proud of what you're offering to the community.
Yes, it is. It's a museum that Sue and I started 8 years ago. In fact, this month was the 7th year it's been open. So you got to back up till 8 years, and she was sitting there one day and we were having coffee, and she says, what do you want me to do with all this stuff when you go away? And I looked at her and I says, who said I'm going away?
Not right away.
You know. And, you know, we kind of laughed, and we sat there a little bit, and pretty soon I says, what do you think we ought to do? And to make a long story short, she says, let's build a museum. And guess what I told her? That it was too much.
Too much.
I mean, you know, you're talking about a lot of work. But we did it. In other words, it started out, and the people that helped us said, you know, that we wouldn't get it done for 6 years. Well, 9 months we opened the doors.
And this is down in Albuquerque, and it's open to the public. And if someone was going there tomorrow or the next day, what might they see that would be of special importance to you?
Well, it's open from 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, 7 days a week. And you'll see a lot of Indy cars, stock cars. We have antique cars, Model A's, Chevys, Oldsmobiles. And there's just a lot you can see of what the Unser family did through the years of racing. And, you know, we're proud of it. We think that, you know, like I said a minute ago, I'd like to do it over again, but you can't. So it's really neat to be able to show the public what the family did.
I had Denise McCluggage and Sir Sterling Moss on the show earlier, and I asked them about their impressions as race car legends, like you are, about this Santa Fe Concorso. And so, Al, what do you think of this event?
Oh, it's wonderful. I want to tell you, you look around and you see the number of people that are here and the number of cars, such beautiful cars. I mean, there's 100 cars or so here. And you can just see cars that you think you looked at in a book, and then you come here and it's a perfect car. I mean, restored, runnable. You know, this deal is just a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And you know, being able to have the show here.
Right. Well, and of course, as a New Mexican and someone who lives in Albuquerque, you're obviously very familiar with the club at Las Campanas. But as a venue for this type of event, you really couldn't ask for a better place, could you?
No, sir. There is no way that you can just sit here where we're sitting and look around and see how beautiful it is.
Al, if I may call you Al.
Yes.
You have, as you said, you're quite proud of the history that the Unser family has in racing. It's in the blood, so to speak. A lot of victories, a lot of defeats too, but that's again as part of the learning experience. But your name evokes such great warmth for people, even people who don't know anything about racing. They know Al Unser Sr., they know about the Indianapolis 500. What's the most gratifying thing for you as someone who raced in major events today as you reflect on your past?
Well, it's, as you said, it's really a high honor to be recognized. In other words, in your sport, there's a lot of people that have been very successful in their sport or business. It's a business to us, but yet they don't know who the people are. And to be recognized, it's an honor. You'd like to come here, this Concorso, you know, and be recognized and say, boy, I saw you at a race where, you know.
Right.
It's just, you know, it brings back a lot of memories, and it's just a great feeling to have people honor you and look at you as a leading sports idol.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we're proud to have you not only here on All Things Real Estate, but more importantly, attending the Santa Fe Concorso. This spectacular event is really something that for you as a former race car driver has got to be really sort of special. Anyway, I have Mr. Al Unser Sr., who is as I said before, one of the most renowned race car legends in the United States. He happens to be a New Mexico resident. He is also a New Mexico legend, I suppose. We're delighted to have you on the show today. Thank you very much for spending time with us. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and hope to have you back again when we do the Concorso a year from now, okay?
Okay, that's a deal, because I was born and raised here in Albuquerque.
So it's an easy drive.
I got to be here.
Very good.
You.
Al Unser Sr. Gino Thompson, my producer. Let's take a break here on All Things Real Estate. When we come back, we'll go into our closing segment here on the show. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute.
Interested in growing your business? Then here's some good news. Hutton Broadcasting is hosting a seminar designed to do just that, grow your business. The event, which we're putting on at no cost to you, presents two marketing experts. Jim Glover, founder of the Idea Group Santa Fe, one of the top strategic branding companies in New Mexico, and Jan Zimmerman, author of Web Marketing for Dummies and Social Media All-in-One for Dummies. This is a 60-minute presentation and is created to bring Santa Fe business owners up to date regarding the latest in consumer trends, social media, and effective branding techniques for gaining market share and increasing sales. This free event is available on a first-come basis to all Santa Fe and Northern New Mexico businesses. We have multiple locations and times to accommodate your schedule. For more information and to reserve a seat, please go to santafe.com, keyword seminar. We look forward to seeing you there.
Hi, it's Ray Post of Sotheby's International Realty and host of the All Things Real Estate Radio Show. If you're looking for a totally unique way to showcase your business or nonprofit organization, why not host a remote broadcast of All Things Real Estate? To learn more about this proven technique for gaining consumer attention, please call me, Ray Post, at 505-989-8900. That's 505-989-8900, or go to my website, allthingsrealestateradio.com.
There are important reasons why you choose your realtor, lender, and other real estate professionals. There are important reasons why you should be discriminating in your choice of title companies, too. The top recommendation? Fidelity National Title Insurance Company. Fidelity National is the nation's giant of title insurers with a personal Santa Fe approach. Our services are customized to meet the particular needs of each and every person and each and every property. With Fidelity, your transaction runs smooth and safe with no surprises. Choose experienced knowledge professionals to assist you with your real estate questions and transaction needs. Call your friends at Team Fidelity at 505-995-8800 or email us at our free and confidential question and customer service department, Santa Fe at fnf.com. Choose wisely. Choose Fidelity. You'll appreciate the difference. Talk 1260 KTRC. Now streaming online at santafe.com. Keyword talk.
Welcome back to All Things Real Estate. Today we are doing a live 2-hour remote broadcast from the Santa Fe Concorso here at the beautiful club at Las Campanas. And we invite you to come on over and join us here today. There's general admission tickets available at $45. If you are a youth, you can basically get in for $25. It's well worth it. 100 exotic cars and motorcycles are being offered today. And actually right in front of us today, here at the broadcast booth, the students at McPherson College are actually reassembling a Model T Ford, which they do in less than 10 minutes, and we're streaming that on SantaFe.com. So we invite you, if you can't come to the show today, the Concorso, then you can go to SantaFe.com to the homepage and actually watch this and all the other things that are going on here at the club at Las Campanas. I want to remind you that with the sound of that music, you know that we've actually reached our Open House of the Week segment that's always brought to us by our good friends at Win Home Inspection. You can learn more about their fine home inspection services at their website, winnie.com. That's winnie.com. I now would like to welcome another major supporter of the Santa Fe Concorso, Mr. Jeff Pester, who is the manager of Land Rover of Santa Fe. Welcome to the show, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Ray.
So I guess your company's proud to be a sponsor, but what do you think of this Concorso personally?
Well, personally, I mean, I've been an auto enthusiast for the first publication I probably read was Auto Week, and I was, who knows how old that was, but a long, long, long time ago.
Oh, you're a young guy. Couldn't have been that long ago.
Maybe a few years we got back, but personally being an auto enthusiast, it's amazing to see this collection of cars and the diversity and the uniqueness and, just the all the energy that these people brought their cars and their vehicles.
Yeah, so. And in the background, the kids are actually assembling this Model T, and it's quite a thing right here in front of the broadcast booth. I hope you're catching this on SantaFe.com, or if you're here, you're obviously seeing it in person. Jeff, I was told that your mother actually raced cars.
Yes, she does actually. Both my parents.
She still does.
Yeah, both my parents have been involved in auto racing for. Going on 30 years now, probably, road racing. So she couldn't be here, unfortunately, this late in the day, but she wanted to say hi, too, and tell us what a great enjoyment she had seen all the vehicles here. She's looking forward to possibly bringing a race car out maybe next year.
Oh, that'd be great. Maybe she's watching on SantaFe.com. Now, what kind of cars do have your parents both race?
Formula Fords, vintage Formula Fords, and a Porsche 1965 356, a Porsche race motor, of course, and it's pretty fast automobile.
Yeah. I want to ask you.
It's called Buttercup, by the way. That's the name of her car.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's an appropriate name for Mom's car, isn't it?
For sure.
Yeah. I want to ask you, as a professional in the automobile industry, someone who's got his finger on the pulse, how do you see the car industry now compared to the way it was during the 2008 meltdown? I mean, for real estate brokers, we dread those past days, and things are looking up for us. Same with you?
Absolutely. I mean, things have changed drastically. The dynamics of the business and the way people think, sort of, and the way people, perhaps consider buying a vehicle. But at the same time, too, what's most important is what you get for your dollar in a car. Is it good quality? Is it going to run a long time? And we're fortunate with Land Rover as a brand that our brand is growing every year. It's improving every year. So we're on the right path. Most manufacturers out there seem to be doing well too, but we've really expanded our line. We have more models coming out. Last year, the new Range Rover Evoque. Next year, here we'll have the all-new Range Rover, the first time it's been redesigned in almost 10 years now. And then, of course, more models coming up for the future. Yeah, probably the Defender coming back to the United States. Not sure when yet, but that'll be a big launch, too.
Land Rover is such a great name in the automobile industry. I've driven a number of them myself, owned by other people, and I've always found to be a lot of fun. You can go anywhere in that vehicle. So I'll tell you what, Jeff Bester, the manager of Land Rover of Santa Fe, we really do appreciate you being on All Things Real Estate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ray, for having us.
Well, thank you for your support of the Santa Fe Concorso, which really means a lot to these people here, and good luck with your business, okay?
Thank you very much. It means a lot to us, too.
All right, very good. I now would like to let you know that Mr. Stuart Reed, the chairman of Transportation Design at the Art Center College of Design in Pasadena, just completed a body for a Type 54 Bugatti chassis, and you can check out his work in a recent New York Times article. I also want to remind you that for those attending the Concorso, there is a main events award coming up soon. That'll be at 2 o'clock, and all of the prize winners will be added to the program. I actually want to invite back, if I can get his attention, Mr. David Lone, the general manager of the club at Las Campanas. That we're actually having a fair amount of distraction here, which is good distraction because these students from McPherson College are actually assembling this Model T4. They're doing it in record time. I think they're doing it in under 10 minutes. 9 minutes. Wow. Well, good for them. I'm welcoming back Mr. David Lone and Mr. Dennis Little. David Lone, of course, is the general manager of the club at Las Campanas. Dennis Little is the co-organizer of the Santa Fe Concorso. Actually, I want to ask you first, Dennis, everything you'd hope for in this event?
Oh, beyond what we hoped for. Weather was spectacular and still is. We still need a few more hours to do our final awards presentation. The turnout has just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And especially since this is just our third year doing this.
I already have almost in writing from Mr. David Lone that they're going to be inviting you back next year, I think, and maybe forever. When Beverly was here, your wife, she said forever and ever, and Mr. Lone said, sure, that's a good deal. So
I love that woman.
She's a good negotiator. You know, she likes to do it when she's on air, so thousands of people are putting the club at Las Campanas on the line. Seriously, though, David, you couldn't really have asked for a better event to be at this spectacular setting.
No, for sure, Ray. This was a big event and a big undertaking for our staff, and we really didn't know what to expect, but I was so proud of our people and how they stepped up and got the job done. And there was a lot of people that we looked after today, but this couldn't have been better.
Yeah. And again, to remind everybody, again, you can tune in on SantaFe.com, and that clapping was just for these spectacular students from McPherson College that actually completed the assembly of a Model T4 in under 10 minutes, which I think they've actually broken their own Olympic record by doing that. So anyway, we congratulate them for all of their efforts. David, again, you as you said, this is the first time you've hosted an event, I guess, of this magnitude. You do a lot of events here at the club at Las Campanas, large and small, and that's one of the things about the club at Las Campanas that I think attracts people to the facility. Talk a minute about the other things that you have to offer here: club, golf, equestrian. I'm actually listing them for you. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, great golf amenities here. There's two Jack Nicklaus golf courses, and we're real good at putting on golf events. We have a world-class equestrian center where there's a major motion movie being filmed today. Great fitness center. So we're real good at doing that type of business. This is out of our normal realm of day-to-day operations, but it has just been a fantastic show here.
And there you go. Just on cue, Mr. Lone was talking about it, and then when he said that, the McPherson College students actually completed their assembly of the Model T Ford in record time, and it's being captured on SantaFe.com. They're driving away in the vehicle right now. Dennis Little, the co-organizer of the Santa Fe Concorso, as the kids are leaving here in the car, with a round of applause from all the people that are very appreciative. This was a nice enhancement to this event. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it is. One of our board members is on the board of directors with McPherson College, and when he brought that the idea of bringing him here, we just unanimously said, what a great thing to have, and obviously a great way to highlight the kids at school.
Well, Dennis, I'm going to give you the last word on this. In a sentence, how would you frame the Santa Fe Concorso, your third event? What do you have to say about it this year?
Well, again, it went way beyond our expectations. We have high standards, but looking at it when it was finally completed, it was way beyond what we thought it could be. And the best thing is hearing that Las Campanas still has interest in having us back again. Is just wonderful news, and we're also hearing that from a lot of our sponsors, and we're looking forward to being able to give to some of the charities, including Las Campanas' charity.
Well put. I couldn't summarize it any better, and of course we have to thank the members of the club at Las Campanas for their generosity in allowing the Concorso to actually occupy this beautiful golf course here, the 9th fairway. I want to thank all my guests for offering fabulous commentary about the Santa Fe Concorso, the community of Las Campanas, and especially this extraordinary setting, the club at Las Campanas. I invite all of you to come out today, enjoy the Concorso, as well as tour the terrific properties that Sotheby's International Realty is holding on open house. Thanks again to the staff and management of the club at Las Campanas for treating us like royalty. Gino Thompson, my producer, Braden Anderson,